Water's fine.
We're live.
What's up, Metal Summoners? How are you guys all doing today? As always, it is super duper awesome to see you guys kicking off your week in the middle of the week, joining us on our Island of Mystery. We appreciate all of you guys who tuned in with us yesterday as we went live and in charge on a special Tuesday episode. And we are super stoked to be back on our regularly scheduled time, hanging out, rocking out, and just partying it up. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us yesterday, but it is all about the present. As always, this is your Island of Misfit Toys. We've got the real Psycho Steve, we've got Angel Alamo, and of course we've got myself. But let's bring in all of the selves. Let's bring in all of the band, and let's bring in all of the fun. 24 Thorns in full are joining us tonight. What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Not much, man. Not too much at all. First and foremost, guys, thank you so much for spending your evening with us for a little bit, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, for sure.
100% our pleasure.
What's up, Metal Summit Nation?
So for anybody who's unfamiliar with 24 Thorns, I'm actually going to kick it right to you guys. I'm just going to... Storm, I'm just going to kick it to you first real quick, brother, because you're the first name that I noticed real quick. But why don't you kick it off, introduce yourself, what you do, and then just kick it to a member of your band and let everybody introduce themselves to the Metal Summoners, as well as any new or current fans of 24 Thorns.
That'd be you, Storm.
Storm, can you hear us?
Storm might have frozen on us for a second. So, Joker, why don't I kick it to you, man? Why don't you
There we go. Right there. He's right down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go for it, Storm. I mean, Joker.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Fans,
my name's Storm, and I'm the lead guitar. Am I there?
Started. Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of you guys. Come on.
Hey, I didn't do it.
You can hear?
I didn't. Go, Storm. Go for it.
Up,
Yeah.
buddy.
Well, whoever.
Is this like a satellite delay?
Might have been. Got a lot of faces on
It
tonight.
used to happen to me all the time.
Technology. Gotta love it.
Yeah, go ahead, Storm. I wonder if maybe he's lagging in and out.
I don't know. Well, then you take it away, Joker.
Hey, I got it. Well, to our new fans and old fans, I would say we're excited. We got new music coming out. We got together and decided we were going to put another 10 songs together. We're working on that to get our album ready to go for all our fans, and are just enjoying the ride for sure. Looking at some awesome recording time possibly in Hawaii, which would be good for us. We're excited about that for sure with a prestigious engineer, which will hopefully pay off.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And Joker, what do you do in the band for any fans that are unfamiliar?
I am the lead singer.
Awesome, man. Right on. Hell yeah, for sure. Hector, let's kick it over to you, brother.
What's up? What's happening, bro? How you doing out there?
Good.
Good. All right. I've known the guys for a while. We're really good friends, and I'm the newest guy to the group. I play rhythm guitar, and I love every second of it. It's so much fun to play and to watch everyone enjoying their music. I can't wait to see everyone out there on tour.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. Chuck, how about you, brother?
Yeah.
What's up, nation? This is Chuck. I play bass in the band and a little backup vocals. We're super excited about releasing the LP. Our EP is available on just about every single streaming platform you could ever use. And we love all our fans. We appreciate all our fans. And I can't wait to, again, see you on tour. Very soon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, for sure. And Chuck, for anybody who's unfamiliar, man, introduce what you do in the band.
Oh, I slap at the bass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Rhythm section, baby. Me and Dylan hold it down.
Dylan holding it down. Yes, absolutely.
Right down
there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right on down there. So let's pass it on down there.
You're up, Dylan.
Yeah, that's all you, Dylan.
My bad. I had a little lag. Yeah, so I'm Dylan. I play the drums. I slap the skins instead of the strings. You know, I've got a little bit of a temperament, so I gotta take it out on something. You know. No, but
that's to say the least.
Guys for a while, and they've helped me whip myself back into shape, and well, kind of, but drumming shape, yeah. And we've got a lot of good stuff coming out. It's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely, man. Hell yeah, for sure. And from first, but we're bringing him to last, but that doesn't mean we don't love him any less. Storm, let's kick it over to you, bro.
Storm.
All right. Check. 1, 2. Thumbs up. Can you hear me now? All right. Cool.
I got to rush him. Check 1, 2.
So my name's Storm, and I play guitar, lead guitar, and then I do some riff writing, and then also have sound gear and do audio along with Joker, and yeah, that's pretty much what we do. But I play guitar, and on some of the tracks I play piano, so a lot of fun. And,
very well, I gotta say, buddy.
And multi-talented this guy is.
Yes, he is.
My name is Optimus Prime, and no, just kidding. Because I feel like my head takes up the whole screen. Maybe if I move closer. There we go.
A good thing we got Skeletor and He-Man on board too, huh?
I just can't see. That's why I'm all the way up here.
I'm gonna have to. I gotta find out where our beloved Psycho Steve went. This is the episode for him, man. This is Beard of Doom Central that we got for this episode.
I'm working on it.
Steve,
Hey, sorry, it's all the Saki bombers getting in the way.
Yes.
No, absolutely, for sure. So let's cue it back a little bit and talk a little bit about how 2023 treated you guys so far, and as we're bridging into 2024. But why don't we do a little bit of year-end recap about what were some of the highs, some of the lows, but what 2023 brought 24 Thorns.
Wow, I would say 2023 brought learning experiences. It brought 5 guys together that are gonna try to touch a star. And beginning of 2023, when this all started out, actually a little before, in November of last year, we did the Whiskey A Go-Go. Me and Hector got together. Addicted was playing out there, so I went to go do that with him and found out that Storm was playing with his other band the day before at the Whiskey, and Edema was the day before that. So
that was an incredible weekend.
Yeah, that's one to put in the books for sure. And moving forward from there, man, we just got some energy behind it, and man, we played with Tantric this year. How much better does it get? You know, like we definitely got to touch the national acts and play some couple cool places, and I think moving forward, 2024 is 24 Thorns year.
Nice.
On top of our 15-year anniversary, so cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Absolutely, man. For sure. Definitely. So where'd the name 24 Thorns come from, and does it have any particular meaning?
It does. Actually, the original guitarist, Justin Pop, a good friend of mine, his band was 24 Hours. And at the time, I was in a band called Twisted Thorn. And so we decided, well, we can't use one name or the other. So we hybrided them together. It became 24 Thorns. And that's why the name of the album is the last 2 pieces left of those 2 names, which is the Twisted Hours. So, you know, for me and Justin carrying this on, man, it is awesome because there's a lot of people behind it. You know, a lot of people have put their time and effort into this, you know, and have added to the music along the way. And some are still here, some are gone. And that's why we keep it moving forward.
That's awesome, for sure. And when it came to all of the pieces coming together to form 24 Thorns, what did you find were some of like the coolest things about developing your sound and style? Was there certain chemistry that came, naturally, or was there a little bit of a feeling out process, which is completely understandable if there was?
I think there was some of that. I mean, obviously we've had members come and go, stuff like that through the years. But I think with 24 Thorns, the biggest thing that for our sound is, I mean, you know, in 2002, 2003 with another band that I was with, Twisted Thorn, we decided to go 7 strings around, you know, that era of time. And it worked out well for us, you know, that crunchy 7-string sound, man, you just don't get that out of a 6, you know. And as much as I love 6 strings and a lot of music that has been made with 6 strings, I just think the 7-string sound, that heavier, you know, baritone kind of distorted crunch, man, is where it is, you know. Like that's where you stand away from some of these other bands. If you're trying to go heavy, that's where it is.
Absolutely, for sure. What do you find, like, besides that, like, kind of like crunchy tone, is there anything in particular about like 7 strings that like you just really like when it comes to certain sounds?
Yeah, it's the B and the A tuning, being able to get down that low and being able to you know, drop into something that you can go doom metal, or we can play something as pretty as, you know, No More Days, which is one of our singles you guys heard. So we can play with Soulfly all the way to Tantric. I mean, doesn't get any better than that, you know. Be versatile, be able to be in that moment and go, all right, we're going to play this set tonight because we're playing a little more mellow, play a heavy set, you know, because we're playing with Soulfly, you know, whatever, pick and choose. And I think that's what makes 24 Thorns what it is. Yeah. You know, we kind of get corralled in this business. Are you metal? Are you rock? Are you, you know, are you jazz? Are you country? You know, and they always want to know a specific genre. And we were having a conversation about that at the studio the other day. And I kind of said, well, you know, you think the label didn't tell Beastie Boys that, or you think the label didn't tell, you know, Aerosmith that they had to stick in one genre? And they went, nah, we're Aerosmith, or nah, we're Beastie Boys. Like, it's just, you know, that's kind of what I think with 24 Thorns. That's our thing, you know, like we're going to write the music that's from our heart and soul, and not let people put us in a box as much. You know, we're going to do what we do.
Absolutely.
I think we label ourselves as melodic metal.
Oh no, go ahead, brother.
I was going to say, I think we labeled ourselves as melodic metal. I don't know if we hashtagged that back in the day, but it wasn't really a genre when we came on board, but it is now for sure.
Yeah.
And you're welcome.
It was interesting. We used to joke about that back in the day. Oh, we're melodic metal, and now it's actually a category which, you know, to me is just icing on the cake. You look back at that and laugh and go like, man, we used to joke about that. Like now it's a real thing.
Right. Yeah, honestly, the closest thing that I can really remember as far as something kind of falling into that melodic metal sound, even though they called it something else. If anybody's familiar with the band Him from Finland, they always call it love metal. And that is probably, you know, the closest thing to like kind of a melodic tone of a band that still considers themselves a metal band, you know, as opposed to like what you guys do, which is, you know, they weren't really so much that 7-string crunch, but definitely that same type of like melodic writing, but can get like nasty if needed.
Yeah, could you imagine though if they had played with 7s? Whew, what a different band they would have been.
Absolutely. 100%.
Something about that baritone, man, you can't beat it.
Yep, definitely. Chuck, are you a 5-string player when it comes to bass? I'm a bass guy myself, and I'm pretty loyal to my 4s, but I'm just kind of curious if you play 5 because of the style of music.
Absolutely, 100%. I play a Yamaha and a Schecter 5. I do have the PV4 just as a backup, but yeah, 100% 5-string bass.
Nice. Right on, man, for sure. Hector, how about you, man?
7-string, 6-string. I think it's an amazing sound, what it puts out, and how these guys put the music together. It's I don't know, it makes me feel good. I love playing it. Like I said, I'm the new guy in the band, and I love doing it. It brings a lot of energy to the stage, and you can tell the crowd feels it.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Schecter all the way.
Yeah, I play 7-string Schecter, 6-string Schecter. Everything I have is Schecter, pretty much.
They started making microphones. I'd probably buy one.
Yeah. Right.
Schecter, we need to get together.
We are all. Oh man, come on now, Joker. Don't let us be getting into that LSD, that lead singer disease, brother.
Oh man, I don't have that, thank God. I know how to help my drummer pick up his drums at the end of the night, you know, carry cabinets and stuff. So yeah, no LSD here, buddy.
No, man, 100%. Storm, how about yourself, man? Since this also turned into a little bit of like rig talk and stuff like that, which is awesome because Angel and I love that. But how about yourself, man? Talk a little bit about what you play.
I play the 7-string also, and I really base my sound on how well I can sound clean. And so it's all about tone and how good my clean channel sounds, and then when I add the distortion, it makes my distortion sound more powerful. Right now I've got the quad core, and I'm rocking a Mesa Boogie, and it sounds pretty good. And when I tune my guitars, even though we're in 7 strings and we're in a drop tuning, drop like B and A, with those tunings, there's still that standard E guitar hiding in that fretboard. And so when I write my riffs, I like to kind of touch into that standard tuning so that you hear something that's familiar, but then I like to expand around it and go into the lower tones. And I recently bought an acoustic 7-string, and it sounds awesome. And so I get a lot of inspiration writing off of that acoustic guitar, and then transfer it to the electric guitar. And then with the distortions, I like to do some big heavy open notes. And then I naturally know how to solo, so when it's time to go into the solo, then I usually have painted a pretty good background for it, and we all click together, and yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. I'm working on a second guitar rig, and I'm going to use the PRS head MT15, and then a 212 Mesa Boogie cabinet with some Zach Wild speakers inside, and then the quad core. Before quad core came out, I was big on TC Electronics, and I still have my TC rig, and I actually incorporated it into the whole system because it has a really tight compression and everything. So that's what I'm doing over there.
Nice.
In guitar land.
In guitar land. Hell yeah.
And it is an amazing sound, by the way. And I love the cleanness in the leads.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And before we kick it over to Adriel, I'm going to let him take it away for a little bit, as well as bring in not only the 24 Thorn fans, but also the Metal Summoners as well. But before I kick it over to the resident drummer of the Metal Summit, we got to not forget about the resident drummer of 24 Thorns, man. We got to hear a little bit about what you play, man.
So right now I'm playing a beautiful sounding SJC kit for 24 Thorns. We're not endorsed just yet, something that we're working on, possibly in the future. We'll see. Oh, sorry, must have. You got me?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, there we go.
Be a blast,
Right now I'm
JC.
playing a beautiful SJC kit. It's black with a gold circle right around the middle of the drum shell, and it's beautiful. It sounds great. We're not endorsed yet, but something that we're working on possibly. You never know. I love it though. It's absolutely beautiful to play. It's fat. It sounds great, and it complements all that crunchy guitar that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks. That's all my fault.
Nice. Do you find that you like to keep your kit, like for anybody who hasn't seen you live, do you like to keep your kit pretty compact around you, or do you like to spread it out a bit where you can reach more?
Well, I'm tiny as hell anyway, so I've got to keep everything pretty compact. Like, I love when I watch a tall dude come up and be like, "Dude, can I sit on your kit?" And it's like, "Yeah, dude, go for it. You're gonna look hilarious." Yeah, no, it's all pretty tight, and I try to keep everything pretty in my T-Rex arms reach. That way, it's easy to play, and I can still make it sound good.
Nice. Dude, you just remind me of this T-shirt that I saw one time of a T-Rex holding that little toy with like the T-Rex head on the stick, but it says "I am unstoppable."
Yep. That's so funny.
yeah.
That's literally
My girl sent me that meme not too far back. I crack up every time I see it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, right on. Angel, let's kick it over to you, brother. Let's keep the hilarity and the rock and metal going. Take it away, my friend.
Of course, this one we have a fellow musician that's joining us, William. He's the bass player from Waking the Sleeper.
Nice.
What's up?
Definitely would like to do some
Awesome.
shows.
Yeah, what's up, dude? How you doing, man?
What up, brother?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Maybe a label show.
What's happening?
So he definitely wants to do some shows. So, hey,
Oh yeah, for sure.
that'd be killer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's another guy. He's another guy on with Rock Avenue Records, moving to Sony here, coming up pretty quick.
Damn.
Nice.
Hey, that's awesome. So when it comes to the songwriting, I just cannot imagine being in a band because having to write the music and decide what's going to go on the record, what's not. What's the dynamic of deciding what songs is going to make the record, and when do you know that a song is done?
It makes you feel good, do it.
Yeah. So it's a giant pissing match right from the get-go? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we get out thorns and forks and start.
Dude, fight.
Oh man, good times. But yeah, in reality, we always like to give artists creativity, and then we grind the songs, and we also sometimes we can play for a long time. So shortening the songs seems to be one of the things that becomes complicated, because we could play like a song for 7 minutes, but then when it comes to radio play, then that kind of is not what they're looking for. But if it's a real good song, we'll still keep it at 7 minutes. And so that's one of the dynamics that we have to go through, is making a song that is kind of well-rounded. But we all kind of get to punch in for creativity there. That's one thing. Anyone else want to add to that?
Yeah, we all throw our stank on it.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
do you think, Joker? What do you think, Joker?
I agree, man. I think our writing process is pretty solid that way. We get in that studio, and I don't know. For me, like, you've heard me say this before. Like, I know the radio wants 3 minutes and 30 seconds or like 4 minutes, and I go like, well, tell Typo Negative that, because I hear their 7.5 minute song all the time. So Pink Floyd. So I don't know. I have at least personal feelings about that one way or the other, but I think for radio, being friendly with that and being able to do that on that level, we do have to pick and choose sometimes. Like, hey man, I really want this song to go on longer, and sometimes you got to shorten it down and go cut that bridge out, or chop this piece to make it radio friendly, or to at least get it within target, we'll say. But I think the writing process for us, man, writing music, at least for me, is something that time passes, man, and you go through things in life, and you have to have, I don't know, at least for me, I have to have somewhere to, I guess, say, dump that bucket, that you're carrying with you, man. And that's what I use music for. It helps me to express those things, get them off my chest, be in a different place, and get out there and stand on a stage and go, here, I can recreate that over and over and over to re-experience that feeling, which is not easy to do.
Life is like a bag of bricks. When it gets too heavy, you just set it down and go play some music.
That's right. I feel you. Dylan's trying to get back in here. Apparently, dropped him off.
Oh, God. He's down at the bus stop.
At least
I
he's
would
sitting
have to-
across
I
me.
would-
Watch.
Okay,
Dylan. They were not far from each other,
Hey. I would have to add also for the longevity part, we all gotta get along, and all the boys do. We're all like family. It's pretty crazy. that's what kind of makes it work. I think I've been in a lot of bands in my lifetime, and these guys are a real deal.
Yeah, it's hard to get 5 people that are all on the same page, but when you do, it turns into magic, and
It does. It feels good. It just even practice is fun. You know, rehearsal is fun. Whatever you want to call it. I enjoy the hell out of it.
I feel like sometimes, even my son said this after he came to practice and he hadn't been out in a while to see us jam or anything like that, you know. And to watch him tell me that he felt like there was magic in the room with the 5 of us in there said a lot to me, you know, moving forward.
That's cool.
I respect his opinion a lot. He's into music, you know what I mean? He's a younger generation. And it's like, hey, if we're impressing him, then we're doing something right. You know?
No shit. It's good times. Good times ahead.
That.
Where are you guys at? Eating sushi?
Yeah, we're at Sushi Style down right by my house eating, so.
Oh,
You
damn.
can always grab your phone and come join us, you know?
I know, I'm just standing around.
Boy, if y'all go to Japan, they're gonna guys.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Japan would love us.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know,
Yeah, I like
cheers to
eating
those
raw
guys.
meat.
We're turning that right into something you can eat right now. It's great.
Oh, lucky I had SpaghettiOs for dinner.
Well, you should have came to Sushi Style.
Yeah. You didn't get the memo.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
I got the memo about 20 minutes before I was supposed to be here. It was great.
I couldn't find any headphones. I almost had to do it through my helmet.
Ah. Hey, that would have been sexy to look like Terminator.
No, it works really good. You would have never known no different. So, how's it going back east out there? How's the weather?
Oh, sorry. That's a good question. Describe your sound in 60 seconds.
Very interesting.
That's a Joker question.
What? I didn't hear the question. I'm having.
It says describe your sound in 60 seconds.
Describe your sound in 60 seconds?
Yes.
If you take a little bit of metal, you roll it in some rock and roll, you give them the nice, clean, classic rock and roll style, you hit them with some top 40 pop, and then turn around and smack them with some metal. How's that for an answer?
Like an Arizona sushi roll.
Sounds tasty.
Put some sauce on it.
Yeah. Slapping the sauce on it. Fat bass lines, thundering guitar solos, crazy drums, and I say that in the nicest possible way. You know what I mean, Mr. Dylan, who is not in USA anymore. I don't know why, but he's right there.
He's working on it. It's the camera feed keeps coming and going from there. He is.
What's up?
I can always do this too, you know. Like here, hold on.
He's living by his nickname right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
He found himself caught in a pickle.
Yeah, those driving drum riffs
so
are
what
just
was the
insane.
Crunch.
Describe the band in 60 seconds.
Describe the band in 60 seconds. Let's see. I'd say if you want guitar sounds you're not usually going to hear on a regular rock album, as well as a groovy bass line with some tight pocketed drums that are tasty with flair. And then you put on top of that all of this awesome vocals with different pitches. You got the harmonies and stuff like that. And you want something new, that's what we're at.
Nice.
Do that. Good answer.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep a straight.
Definitely great harmonies. with the strong vocals and a lot of crunch. Guys are
I
all
love
quiet
the
in
two
there.
guitars together. I love the two guitars together. I mean, now that we got Hector on board, it just fills the sound even more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we
Yeah, it's
just
fun as
rock,
fuck.
we rock the rhythm while Storm's shredding the solo.
It's magical.
It's always going to be magic.
Exactly. Exactly. It is. When we're together, it is.
Fantastic.
Dude, my phone glows. Oh my god.
We need now.
It's the truth. No, he's right. It's the truth. That's what this industry definitely needs, man.
I'm excited. Well,
Hopefully it's
Hey,
something that hasn't been
what
heard
you
too
do,
much,
though?
and so it's not oversaturating the industry.
This is
So
my
hopefully
phone.
it's something new and exciting for the industry.
oh,
Well, I think at least on my
Ryan
end
James-
for
Ryan
For,
James said the helmet would be a Mondo kick-ass.
girl.
And then
Dylan's over here.
JJ,
Dylan's over here trying to find something else besides his drums to beat on right now. He's trying to beat on his phone.
Die.
Hey, use the chopsticks, bro. Use the chopsticks.
His phone just shut off on him. So we're gonna split this interview. He's gonna come sit next to me. Well, it's gonna get interesting. Hang on. Moving over. Right.
going straight to my favorite question. Bring a musician back from the dead, but you have to sacrifice a modern musician.
Oh,
Jimi
that's
Hendrix.
easy.
Well, I'd
that'd be
bring
really easy.
That would be absolutely easy for me.
Yeah,
Jimi Hendrix or Taylor Swift.
there you go. That's a good one.
For me,
I was gonna say-
hey, for me, I will take Dimebag Daryl back, and I'll trade you a Taylor Swift. Because I'm really tired of listening to all her breakup songs. I mean, as much as they're great, you know.
Our guest
Taylor.
last week said that exact same thing. It was Dimebag Daryl.
Nice.
Can't even watch Sunday football anymore without seeing stupid ass Taylor Swift on the freaking TV.
Our label's probably like, shut the fuck up.
So real quick,
That's
the
all right.
one-
Hey, it's okay. She'll just shake it off.
is this chat came up. Somebody pointed something out. I think Angel is actually the one who like showed it to me, but it was something that was posted where it was like after they showed Taylor Swift that first Chiefs game, you know, saying how they were dating or whatever. It was like Chiefs like Kelsey jerseys spiked like 400% on like fanatics.com. Like Chiefs like tickets spiked. Like it was like 5 different things that like skyrocketed in popularity and like likes and follows and stuff. And me and Angel just looked at each other. We were like, "Hey, Angel, are you down to start dating Taylor Swift for the betterment of this show?" So all of a sudden we go
I will,
like,
you know what?
you know,
I will take
100 million followers on the Metal Summit just because Angel's dating Taylor
Hell
Swift.
yeah, just for that.
Just the fact that we're talking about just the fact that we're talking about it right now. is
He
probably
said it. He'll
boosting.
take one for the team.
Yeah, I'll get some.
Angel will take one for the team right there,
Oh, that's
man.
all right. I got it, dude. I got this.
Yeah.
I'll handle that right now.
I don't think Taylor Swift can handle me in bed. No, I don't think.
Just get Katie in the room with her, and I promise you, go get that.
Just take him out. But yeah, right back to you guys. Chuck, I'll kick it up to you, man. Who would you bring back and who would you sacrifice?
Oh, I said it earlier. I said Jimi Hendrix for Taylor Swift.
Oh, Jimmy for Taylor. That was you. Gotcha, brother.
Okay, fine. Then I'll alter my answer. Here, then I'll alter my answer. We will trade you a Dimebag Daryl for a Justin Bieber.
Nice.
Wow.
Hashtag let that start flying.
I didn't even know Justin Bieber
Wow.
was a musician.
All right, give me back Michael Jackson and the time for the what's it? Those Beach Boys that look like carrots.
Oh yeah.
The Island Boys.
Yeah,
Those guys.
Oh, well, yeah, with the
The
island,
Island
boys.
Boys.
Ride their freaking hair.
You're talking about the Wiggles.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have
No,
to.
I'll go watch the Wiggles.
All right, I got one for you. I'm gonna have to bring back Elvis, and Brandon Urie could take a hike.
Oh, okay. We're getting a little bit of Panic at the Disco dismissal.
Yeah, I got younger daughters. I know all about it. Yeah.
All right, Storm, who's it going to be?
Oh, I'll bring back Bob Marley, and then we'll get rid of Jack Johnson. Woo!
Nice.
Is that country?
Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Country, hey, show me your
Yeah, last time I played one of their albums backwards, I got my dog back, my house back, my bike back, my truck back, my car back.
like for me, they were the two biggest like influences on my life, even though they're like completely far apart. So I can't get one back without the other. So that means I have to kill off two modern musicians. But I need to get back Freddie Mercury, and I need to have Peter Steele.
Nice.
Yeah, those are good answers, man. I missed that negative a lot.
Yeah, so fuck off Beyonce and peace out Rebecca Black.
Oh man, that
I forgot
Beyonce. That
about
was
her.
good answer. Good answer.
Survey said of a top 100 people surveyed, this was the number one answer.
Peace out, basic bitches.
So Angel, real quick, brother. So who's it gonna be? You got to tell 24 Thorns. Who's it gonna be?
I'm gonna sacrifice that whiny little bitch named the dude from Maroon 5. What's his name?
You really
yeah.
you
Jared
really
Leto?
cannot take any Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
Wow. Ouch.
Adam Levine.
Oh, Adam Levine.
Metal chicks.
Okay.
If you're scared of metal chicks, that makes you a pussy. So let's sacrifice Adam Levine for Jim Morrison.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll take them.
The Doors.
The Frog King.
Musician. No, I changed my mind because we cannot call Adam Levine a musician. So it has to be a musician. So let me see.
Oh, God. That's like saying Celine Dion.
He'd laugh it off.
Let's talk about Brittany really quick. She's pretty scary looking, isn't she?
Oh my God, yeah, she's scary.
Who's that, Brittany?
Yeah.
Something's going weird there, bro.
Dude, it's
Someone needs to help her out. And like Lindsay Lohan and all those guys, man, like that the whole little clique of chicks, bro. I don't know what's going on with them. They're taking some bad drugs, bro.
Dude, her Instagram right now is like this crazy, like mellow, like soap opera thing right now. It is like it almost feels like must-see TV where they leave a cliffhanger every video where you're like, I can't wait to see what happens next. But the question is, do I get something next, or do I just see her name in the obituary?
Let's hope not.
No,
It's
trust
too
me.
Wow.
No, trust me. I'm not rooting for it because I don't wish that on anybody. But it's
Me
just
either,
one
man.
of those crazy. It's just one of those crazy things. Like, while I support to a certain degree her trying to get out from under the thumb of that conservatory thing, now that she's out of it, she just seems to be really out of whack. And I'm like, girl, just pump the brakes at least a little bit. I mean, you got your hair back. Let's keep it there.
Yeah, right. Dude, I just saw like the comment feed. Somebody said something about Corey Feldman. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Let's not open that can of worms.
Oh, dude, he's on tour with Limp Bizkit right now. That's going to be freaking crazy.
Corey
Dude.
Feldman to trade back to get Michael Jackson back. That's what I'm talking about. I'll oblige that.
It would create a paradigm.
If we're staying in the concept of musicians, okay, fair enough. I definitely understand where Brian's going with that one. But for the sake of how much I love and need the movie The Lost Boys, I can't lose another actor from The Lost Boys. I've already lost Corey Haim. I've already lost Paul, who was the holy water vampire, if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah.
already lost like Edward Herman, who was the father vampire, and the guy who played the grandpa. I've already lost
Oh wow,
the movie.
that sucks.
I can't be losing more actors.
Right? Yeah. A lot died during the pandemic. It was crazy. A lot of artists did.
Hold on, we're trying to read something. My
Yeah, I
son
can see.
just.
I can't see. I'm all like,
It's all good. Angel,
What,
you got
okay,
it?
so what are we? What are we?
Currently working on.
It says, what are we working on currently, and what are we working towards improving or changing? Working on currently on an album and world domination. Yeah, I guess good answer. And then what will be changing? As a musician, probably being a little more focused, being a little more in tune to the process, I guess is a good way to put it. Being more open-minded, and I guess finishing what we started, I guess is a way to put it. Cheers to that, kiddo.
cheers, mate.
Yes.
Cheers, Jaders.
We're working on improving our out-of-state shows.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, bring him to the East Coast.
Show us to the world. We can reach the world from our studio, but I'd rather see everyone live.
That's definitely a definite.
All right, so you want to add something to that, Storm? What do you think we're changing?
Yeah,
What do you think what direction we're headed?
There's a lot of change in the works. We're writing a whole new album. We're recording. We're gonna be trying out a new studio. Probably do a single at our old studio. We're gonna put out a music video to one of our singles. And then we're looking for more out-of-state shows. So that's like a big change.
Yeah, for sure on that
Looking
one.
to see the
I'm back.
USA.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to go truck it in the USA.
So in the promoter's contact.
Those windshield wipers flapping on the tempo, keeping up with the song on the radio. Oh,
That's not good copyright.
yeah.
So we're also working on some
That was last
collaborations.
time.
Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
We'll keep the collabs secret till they see them. But definitely some collabs coming up.
Right on, man. Absolutely, dude. Angel, let me kick it right back to you, buddy. You were saying something, but you were coming in a little low, so I'm going to kick it right back to you.
If any promoters from out of state want to reach out to the band, how do they reach out to you for out of state shows?
Well, that would be 24thorns.com.
Yeah,
We've
24thorns.com.
got contact there. Otherwise, you can send us a message to
Yeah,
any of our social media accounts. You're more than welcome to hit us up through
Yeah,
there.
Facebook, Instagram, any of those places you can reach us. Social media, obviously, but 24thorns.com is a tool. It sends you to our link tree, which has all of our links. Our manager as well, Laura Whalen. You can hit her up, and also social media at 24thorns.com. You can send us a message.
No dick pics.
Hit us up. We're ready.
Did you see my son's comment? Did you see my son's comment? That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
He's pounded down, loaded up in truck, and we're gonna do what they say can't be done. They totally picked up on it.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
That's right. Watch that old bandit run.
Oh, that's funny.
Man, maybe that's a new cover. Maybe you should look into that.
Yeah, we just did that bike.
Thanks, JJ, for a good idea, buddy. Maybe we'll make that real for you, but we're gonna do it metal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully good to see you guys on the East Coast. That'd be
Oh, yeah. No, definitely on that. So, a question that I got for you guys that I'm a little bit curious about is, so you talked earlier in the episode about, like, writing songs, and if it works at 7 minutes, then it works, you keep it, but you also try to be like, cognizant of the fact that, like, for radio play, things kind of in that 3 to 4 range are a little bit more of like the standard. And bands like I've always found like it very interesting, because you've got bands like Dream Theater that really all just kind of cut their teeth on like that 7 minute like experience when it comes to songs. But even a band like yourself that is, that's performing and continuing to climb and better yourselves, do you try to be cognizant, especially with live music being such a catalyst for your band, keeping in mind that 7 minute songs sometimes can be a little bit draining on the fans? Or do you find it's more about keeping the concept of the song and your vision as the main value?
I think that generally we look more at the song. We look at the whole of what do we want to play. And then, we'll take that, obviously if we write a 7 minute song, we know it's not getting played on the radio unless we do an edit.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a conversation, internally of, all right, well, what are we chopping out? What are we leaving out? Where are we shortening the song? What needs to be, the parts that we want to be heard on that radio single, if we're going that way with a 7 minute long song. I mean, look at Afterlife with Avenged Sevenfold. They cut out a lot of stuff. Now, the beautiful part that I think is when you do have that radio edit that's chopped down, and then you go and you see that band live, you are opened up to a completely new world of that song, because you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's supposed to end right here. What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden it keeps going, and everyone's like, the hell is this? This wasn't on the radio. And then they go.
I like when you guys do that too. That was fun.
Yeah, I think
I even think your song was done.
Yeah, I think
I'm playing
I think Dylan's right with that. You know what I mean? You give them magic. The whole idea to paying for a live show is seeing the show. So you can't give them what they listen to on the album every day. You got to give them something that they're not. It's left field or right field, I guess, of what your norm is, man. If you want them to pay for your stuff and come see you and support your band, you got to give them magic, man. That's what I think 100% what's missing in this industry at this point is everybody wants to do the glitz and glam, but they do it their way. But when was the last time you went out to a show and saw bands intermingle, or like a guitarist from this one and, a singer from that one? And it just doesn't happen much anymore. You see it, it's rare. You see it, but it's rare. But I think that's what's missing. When I was a kid, man, going out to shows and I saw bands do that, I was like, man, that's magic right there. That's a once in a lifetime. You don't see that, Like your, for instance, a good example, like your, Lita Ford, Ozzy, or your, there's so many of those out there. Evanescence, for instance, when they did collab with the guy singer, to do Bring Me to Life. There are some things like that that are just.
From 12 Stones.
Yeah, and then, it's stuff like that that you just don't see bands doing anymore, man. It's like a lost thing in the arts, and I think that's sad. I think that bands should be trying to click together and not pit against each other. So I definitely think that that's for sure missing. The magic of that is missing.
My favorite thing, especially during live shows, is seeing another band member from like maybe the headlining band, or one of the top 3 closing acts hop up with some of the bands during the day. Especially if you're at a festival, when you see the drummer from like Thorns come out to play at 3 in the afternoon with one of the opening bands of the festival. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you get those fans who are like, dude, he's right there. He's out here earlier. He's doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Right on. So the last question, real quick, I have for this segment before I kick it back to Angel for his time and more fan questions as well, is I wanted to take it back to the upcoming album that you guys are working on, because especially in now's day and age, it's a very it's a very important curiosity is physicals versus online. Now, for a band that does play out like yourselves, having things at merch, of course, is incredible value. But also for things getting out and then certain financials, putting things out digitally has been very much a thing as well. What can you guys tell us about the upcoming record as far as the fans being able to get it? Are you looking to press physical copies, CDs, vinyl, etc., or are you looking for it to possibly be a digital release first?
I definitely think that digital, it's definitely going to be available everywhere digitally, because we do want to make sure that we have that broad spread and that broad reach for everyone and anyone. And then, yeah, go for it.
We're definitely pressing original physical copies out. And we do have access to vinyls too, so that's something that was part of what we've got going on. So yeah, we're definitely putting out physical copies, and then we're gonna try to do some of that pre-save stuff with some of the new music coming out, and also try to coordinate a video launch at the same time, to build hype with some of the new songs coming out, as well as obviously digital distribution. But yeah, we do have access to physical copies and vinyl. So
very cool.
Yeah, and I think I kind of agree with that too, Storm. I saw a friend of mine do a 20-year anniversary, band that is good friends with us, 5 Speed. From an album I saw them put out, obviously 20 years ago, Vans Warped Tour, everything. And the coolest thing I saw them do was put out the physical vinyls, which mind you, immediately I bought one because I'm like, that's rare. You don't see that very much anymore. Like, bands just don't do that anymore, man. They don't even do CDs. I mean, they hand you a USB or they go, here's my QR code to my link. It's like, problem with that is that we're heading over too much, I think, in this industry to the digital platform by doing that. I think that we need to start slowly taking that power back from them, I guess is the way to put it. Because if you saw Weird Al the other day, when he said, like, oh, I got $12 for like 80 million streams on Spotify, it's like, dude, that's not right. Come on.
We don't $45,000 for a billion streams.
Yeah, $45,000 for a billion streams, Snoop Dogg. Like, are you kidding me? But that's where we as musicians and like radio stations, we need to take that power back from them, man. Like they shouldn't have that. That's what made our careers. That's what made Motley Crue what they were. That's what made Van Halen what they were. If you're, Kiss what they were. Without the money and the power underneath you to boost you to where you need to be, how do you expect us to get there? So do you want to see us all just write music in our garage forever? Come on.
No. And all the record companies want to do is take all the good stuff that we make and throw it on their stuff so they make all the money.
Yep. Money grab.
Except for our record label. Our record label loves it.
Our record label's awesome.
No, that's awesome.
That's the truth. That is the truth. But most of these big companies like Spotify, they just want to take your money.
Yep.
They don't care about the artist.
Yep. No, for sure. Like I saw something ridiculous from like one of like the long-standing, like it was just like what you guys said. It was like in that same like financial like numbers ballpark where like I don't remember exactly who it was, but I think it was somebody along the lines of like Peter Frampton. That was like, dude, like my most popular song was like 2 billion streams. Spotify sent me a check for $50,000.
Yeah. Wow. That's ridiculous.
I was like, that's crazy. Like, that is absolutely insane. And
that's
let alone that was tough enough to hear. And now you've got the big back and forth right now about like venues and merch. That's kind of like the big hot topic right now when it comes to
they're trying to take merch sales from you.
Yeah, I saw there was a big huge uprising about that, about merch sales at shows. And
I've seen artists completely shut down their entire merch booth and then turn their stores. They put a 20% discount link for like 48 hours and give you cards.
It
sucks that you're buying it online. You'd rather buy it at the show, but I mean, when the venue's going to rip off the band like that. You know, they're bringing this band out for these people to enjoy, but they're going to rip them off.
Well, and I saw, I don't remember what company it was. I don't want to quote myself incorrectly, but I think it might have been Live Nation said that they were going to stop taking a percentage of merch from their artists. And I immediately went, all right, if Live Nation's on that page, that's where we're headed. We're going to go do shows. We're going to hit Live Nation. You know what I mean? And that's something that power in numbers, man, is how we fight this. You know, that's how we bring the money back to this industry. That's how we, I guess,
power to the people.
When the digital world took over, man, it was like, how do you get paid anymore? Like, people can just steal your music. They can just grab it from their friend. It's like, how do we as artists make money anymore to survive out on the road, to be able to bring the music to you? You know, it's getting, if you guys know, you talk to enough fans, it's getting tough.
It's funny, and it's interesting as well. So I got to tell you guys this story, because I'm just curious your opinion of it. It doesn't make me like this band any less that I'm going to tell this story about, but I found it just kind of interesting. So I went with my girlfriend out to see a band I've always loved called My Life with a Thrill Kill Cold. If you're familiar with that kind of electronic goth stuff, like they've always been about the headliner with that. I've always loved this band. I think they're fantastic. So I went and I was shooting photography for them. My buddy Ron was there as well. So I go to check out their merch, and me and Megan go over because I wanted to get a shirt and just see what they had and so on. And I noticed these incredibly weird numbers for merch that I was not used to seeing. It was like $33 for this shirt, like $36 for this. It was very strange. It was just these really weird numbers. And sure enough, as I got to the table, there was a sign that said, "This venue takes money from the merch, so the prices reflect that."
Yep.
Here's my thing on that. Well, first of all, I thought it was incredibly ballsy. Even to a certain degree, I actually support it. I was like, wow, it's actually really ballsy to put the venue on blast like that, like a sign on your table. But at the same time, it was kind of interesting to me where it was like, but you're taking that out on your fans who already paid just to see you. Now you're making them pay for your unfortunate
situation,
basically,
right?
By the venue. And it was kind of weird to me. Like I said, look, I'm all about supporting the band. Angel will attest to this as well. He and I are big merch people. We love supporting the band, buying CDs, vinyls, t-shirts. We're all about that. But that was a very interesting thing for me because it was the first time that I really kind of felt conflicted by the band that I actually like. Where I'm like, we all understand the unfortunate circumstances and the already just bullshit you guys have to deal with whether it's on tour, traveling, being away from your kids, being away from your spouses, being in the germ box, trying not to get sick, trying to make an actual living financially anyway. You're going to have to deal with these prices from certain venues. But it was a very weird thing, flipping it kind of on your fans to have to support that for you. And it was kind of a weird little thing, so I was a little conflicted about it.
No, yeah, I agree with you on that. I would. I mean, I've seen bands that have, left their prices but still put up a sign and blast the venue, just because, hey, they're taking our money. If you guys want to, ask us for a discount code and we'll give you a discount on our website.
Or the beauty of the way we have our merch set up is, hey, if you can't buy it physically in this venue and you don't want to pay the prices you see in this venue, you go to our merch, click it, boom, pick the print you want, they'll print it, they send it direct to your door, man.
Yeah.
And I think that is where we're going to steal that market back. Yeah. It's going to take merch companies like that support us, that support the artists, that we can go, now we can step around you and you can tell you're face to face. You don't have to necessarily blast like that on the table, but you can tell your customer, okay, if you don't want to pay $60 for that hoodie right now, you can go on this here, go to this website and you can get it for $45. Same price you get it anywhere else in the world, anytime. And I think that is a tool for us, as I'm saying, when we steal that market back. That's the way we're going to do it. It's going to take merch companies that are willing to support the bands and drop prices down enough where we can do that. For instance, bingo.
24 Thorns t-shirt right there in your face.
Nice. And I could see where you're coming from with what you said, and it's like I think that by adding the information to their merch table, it kind of made it open for opinion. Like it became political, you know, because you're like, oh, this is the politics behind what's going on, and then once you're open for interpretation, then it can go either way. Like you said, at one point you're like, yeah, I understand now, and then the other part's like, well, why are we, you know, why mark it up? You might as well just put it at $40 on all of them and just leave it at, we have expensive merch tonight.
Yeah.
No, and
So, no, that's, I think that's the thing that kills it.
I get it. I didn't take it really personal, but I just found it interesting because I was like, you know, we're already paying to see you. Should your misfortune be our fault too?
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. It shouldn't.
Like,
It shouldn't.
As a fan, you spent your money to come and enjoy a good night. You wanted to come out and have fun. I mean, just to have added prices, just because. I mean, yes, I kind of get the band's point of view, but at the same time, it shouldn't be taken out on the fans.
No.
The fans are what's keeping them alive. They shouldn't be charging the fans the extra percentage the venues.
And it's
the end user shouldn't have to eat that.
It's like that with all the merchandise at a big show. We work with a lot of big shows, so we get to see what's going on behind the scenes. And so you ever go to like a live show and you go get a cup of beer and it's like $8, but then same venue you come back and you get a cup of beer and it's like $15, and you're like, what the F's going on here? And so the politics behind that, they start adding like $1, like, okay, so the promoter wants $1 off of every cup sold, and now, you know, the venue wants $1 off of every cup sold, and they just add it to the price, and that's how all of a sudden you get to this show, and without oversight, then you have like a $15 cup of beer, and you're like, what just happened here? You know, like, wow, $15 for one beer? I guess this is the last one. You know, it's like,
like this beer better, like, you know, quench my thirst, get me drunk, and give me a spiritual high.
yeah, and probably pop out and do something else that I probably shouldn't say on your show, but it would be funny.
Right. But no, I mean, I get it. I mean, like, because there are certain bands that I've seen that I understand, like, where like, for example, maybe not necessarily like a band like Iron Maiden because they're just so huge, but for example, a band that just got booked that's coming through Maryland that I'm looking forward to seeing, who I love, is a band out of Finland called Battle Beast. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They're like a power metal band. But like, some bands like that are coming over from Europe is when I'm more like, look, I understand the financial situations behind visas and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely understand certain amounts of higher merch for certain particular situations and stuff like that. But it was a little bit weird to me because I don't want to compete with that horse. It's cool because, like I said before, I even brought up the situation. I do love the band. I'll continue to love the band. I think everything they touch is gold, depending on what they do. But it was just kind of weird putting it on Front Street where it was like, hey, this venue takes money from us at merch. So we've marked up our merch to compensate for that. But I'm like, I appreciate that, guys, and you're not wrong. But now you're taking it out of your fans' pockets.
I mean, if anything, just lie. Just mark your shit up and don't put the sign out.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the. I know it's kind of like what you guys said, where I'm like, you know what? It probably would have just been better to simply put up the prices and just leave it up to interpretation. Oh, it's expensive merch.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, here's another piece of that equation that is the flip side of this. It's kind of I guess the red versus the blue, we'll say, or black versus the white, or however you want to look at it, but it's the other side of it. So then venues now, as you guys understand, are hurting because they're getting kicked by all these royalties they have to pay and ASCAP and BMI and all this stuff because we've had to turn that into that. So it's like this revolving shit show that's happening, that it's like if we all just sat down for a minute and went, hey, you won't get killed if we don't get killed. If we don't get killed, you don't get killed. Like, how about let's just put the bolts down, and get back to, what happened to $5 shows and $10 T-shirts?
Yeah.
You can make that work again if the whole industry went with it.
Yeah, you definitely can, man, for sure.
And guaranteed, if we got as much as I love the digital platforms.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about it, man. I think it's created a lot of this.
No, I definitely think you're right a bit on that, Joker. I think you're definitely on top of that for sure. Oh, hell yeah. But Angel, let's kick it up to you, man. I appreciate you, dude. Sorry, I kind of got into story time when it came to that shit. Angel, let's kick it up to you. And thank you to Myra, JJ, Mark, and Ryan, who all look like they've got questions coming up. So, Angel, take it away, brother.
Yep. Aside from hard rock and metal, any other genres of music that influenced you when you were young?
Zeppelin. I was born in the wrong era.
I loved Cream, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, a lot of Zappa. Yeah, a lot of the Rat Pack.
Zappa's awesome.
And then, I mean, I was a hair metal baby, like Poison, Cinderella, Crew, like all those guys. Like I was always at the '80s shows, like all the hair metal, glam metal, dudes. We were always out there partying.
Hey, I do believe you said you could cuss on here, so I think you're okay.
Oh yeah, I know.
I was influenced by Spanish flamenco guitar, and also I was exposed to blues guitar, and it definitely reflects in my style. Our song Game Inside My Head, I play like some flamenco style chords in there, and it really adds to the metal sound, kind of like a older Megadeth sound when they would play their clean guitars and their Spanish, acoustical solos and stuff like that. And then blues guitar, that's where I kind of found my style for being able to play solos that just weren't all technical, just using techniques and all shred metal and stuff like that. So I kind of found a style by being introduced to blues in my childhood. So yeah, so blues and some Spanish Latin influence. So those are some other genres that I was in there. And then I really like industrial rock too. So
good old Nine Inch Nails.
That's where I got like a bunch of stuff down at the studio that can add that digital aspect, and we've touched on it a little bit. So yeah, that's the kind of influences there.
Yep, and I remember at the studio we were just at Salt Mine when we finished Me on Your Side. And got it all printed out, and the master himself, he thought that our song was just as epic. He's like, Me on Your Side is like the next stairway to heaven. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Those words did not just come out of your mouth.
Yeah, Don Salter was a trip, dude.
Wow, $21 for a rum and coke. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reading the comments too as that's coming up. Like, what, man?
Nickel and
gotta
diamond.
get game. That's right. That is right. In order for us to keep doing what we do and bringing music to you, we have to be able to gain.
Thanks for hanging out, Ryan, and thanks for the questions.
Yeah. And here's something else. I mean, at least on my end, my grandfather and my dad played guitar, and I think that was a huge influence on what I grew up with, around a campfire, family reunions with acoustics going like, this is music. And then, you go from that to, then I started getting into gangster rap as a young kid, and NWA and your Snoop Dogg's and Too Shorts and stuff like that. And then I started getting into metal. A friend of mine came to me, and I remember I was sitting, I think it was with my dad and my grandfather. So my dad had some Black Sabbath albums, and I got into some Deep Purple and Blue Oyster Cult, and started going, okay, rock and roll's kind of cool, And then moving on into like junior high, a buddy of mine came to me and Rob Zombie, more power to you. White Zombie was the shit. Lost Sister Sisto album, man. I remember I got my buddy's truck and he played that and I was like, man, what is this, dude? Who are these guys? And then from there on out it was metal, 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 and then Pantera. You know, can't beat that. But I would say one of my major influences musically, as a writer and a singer, Van Halen, man. You know, watching the whole David Lee Roth, you know, Van Hagar thing go down, but it was always Eddie, man. And there is definitely some magic in the music they created. I don't think Eddie really realized how much he influenced many, many, many people around him. I know 100 guitarists that'll tell you, hey, man, if it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen, I would have never picked up a guitar.
Yeah.
Plus that jet fuel moonshine that they gave you was awesome as well.
Good old. I won't name, but a really good friend that's a guitar tech, possibly or may not possibly be in that camp. Shot off some good old White Lightning moonshine, man. It was awesome, dude. Matter of fact, me and this guy got to cheers over the last shot of that when it was gone.
Wink.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my battery's tanking, so I'm probably just gonna.
Well, you better
blank
plug
out
that thing in, buddy. That's what happened to Dylan. His phone died. Thank God we happen to be sitting side by side.
No worries.
So if you see the circle of death, that's where I went.
Well, you need to plug it in right now. Find an extension cord. Listen here, sound engineer.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, that's why I play in a band with sound engineers, so I don't really have to do shit.
You got to run. Get to the chopper.
Get to
50 Edison.
Yeah, I need a 10
Get to
gauge
the
50 Edison. Stat.
You have no legs, Lieutenant
Hold on, let me get on my
Dan.
radio. Hey, stage ninja, I'm gonna need you to bring me a 50-foot 10 gauge cord, preferably with a whole lot of power.
Yeah.
No.
E-man.
So let me ask you guys something. Let me ask you guys this. So leading into 2024, what's your biggest current goal when it comes to 2024? Is it the album first and foremost, or is it getting out and about to continue the shows and your live performance? What would you guys say that is your number one top of the list in 2024?
Live performance.
Ooh.
You kind of nailed both of them.
I was gonna say live. I think definitely puts us in a good position because you want to get your music out to your fans. I also feel like that, you know, getting out and doing radio interviews like this, man, your fans want to know who you are, you know, and I think that industry right now, a lot of people try to stay real private, which I can understand, you know, paparazzi and the reason. I understand the reasons, but
We ain't famous. What the
you,
hell are you talking
you
about?
you need to understand that your fans want to know who you are, man. They want to know what creates what they're listening to. They want to know, you know, what beers do you drink? What sushi do you eat? You know, like they want to know little details like that, especially super fans, you know. And so I think that some of that is getting out and playing your live shows, and I think some of it is doing like radio interviews like this, which we appreciate, man. You guys, if you guys are out there listening, you support this whole cause of all these bands doing these radio interviews because it's what brings us to you, and without them, what voice do we have other than on stage? So I applaud that for sure. But I think that all of that combined actually makes it what it is, you know.
There's not one thing that you can do that's going to get you where you want to be. There's always small things that are going to be a big necessity that you need to have. And it's almost like, you know, one of the machines in a giant factory. You gotta have all the cogs working the same way in order for that machine to run right.
Right.
And if people like that machine running,
Yeah.
then, you know, people are going to take care of those cows. People are going to, you know, buy the product that it's being made from, you know.
Yeah.
So
like if you're missing a gear in anything in your motor, it doesn't run. So I think that adding the gears and putting the supercharger on it, and give me that turbocharger, and here I'm gonna put a nitrous kit on that. So when I head down that quarter mile, I'm doing that on all 8 cylinders, firing, and there's fire flying out of those pipes. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what, like I was saying before, I think that's what's really missing in this industry, man. People have lost that drive of that. They've lost that, I can get off my couch and go see this band. Because I don't know, but at least when I was young, you couldn't see a band unless you went out and saw them live, or you heard them on the radio, or you heard them, you bought their album, and that in itself, that right there, that whole thing encompassed is what makes that industry what it is. And they've taken some of those pieces away from us, and I think that we need to put it back the way it's supposed to be. I'll quote myself.
I still remember going down to Zia Records and picking out just random albums out of the $5 bin just to buy a cool looking album and then listen to it.
Yeah. Like, here, watch, I'm going to take this stack, pay, $2 or $3 out of each one of these ones, go home and go, watch, I'm going to throw these on, put it in my tape player or on my 45 and go, hell yeah. New bands, new music.
What's up there, Laura?
Oh, there she is. Laura, we love you too. Hey, that's our manager, man. We give a shout out to her. We love you, Laura.
No, that's awesome. No, but Joker, it's funny because I know exactly what you mean on that, because like me, I'm a really big horror movie guy. And back when Blockbuster was a thing, my favorite thing to do, and I used to do this, I did this multiple times, where they had various bins at any given time of the year, where it was like used DVDs, where it would be like 3 for 15, 5 for 20, 4 for 20. I remember only ever buying horror movies, because that's what I'm about. I only ever
old school B. Hey, I wouldn't know anything about like half the horror films. I'm with you on this. Half the horror films I ever watched when I was young. I'm telling you, man. Same thing. Like, just pick the B-rate movies. Who cares? Go watch them. Man, some of those movies would have been missed if we hadn't done that. Like,
absolutely. Like, all the times I hit those bins, and I hit those bins a lot. There was like, I don't even remember the name of the movie, but I think there was only one non-horror title that I bought. Because my thing is, I wanted to buy all these various horror movies based on what I saw on the album cover, on the DVD cover, or on the back with the description. Because I was like, well, I'm getting 5 movies for $20. Like, am I really going to get pissed off if I don't like them or not?
Oh, yeah.
But that's what they do a bunch of like weird stuff.
I think that you're right about that. That's kind of part of that. It's about finding things that are new, man. If you don't go search things that are new, if you always go back to, and I'm going to use this as an example, not, to go there or say like, hey, this is how things go all the time. But, people wouldn't have known about who Avenged Sevenfold was. Pantera wouldn't have been who they are.
Yep.
Kiss wouldn't be who they are.
Yep.
Motley Crue wouldn't be who they are. Any of these bands that we know that have established at the Doors, for instance, and what you said, Jim Morrison wouldn't be who he was if
he didn't
didn't take a chance.
Steroids.
Yeah.
If he didn't take steroids. But no, look, it's the truth, man. You have to take a chance on stuff. You gotta roll the dice. You gotta roll the dice, man. You have to go, hey, if I don't ever venture away from the norm that I'm used to, then how are you ever going to find something new? You won't. And that's, I think, a big piece of what's being taken away by that. Like the whole, hey, this is the top 40. This is the top 40 in movies, music, any entertainment. We'll say they wash, rinse, repeat that, and they just shove it down your throat. And it's like, okay, that's great, but how about can we hear the new band? Can we hear?
And another thing that a lot of
can we see the new movie that won? The movie awards over in Italy, or give us some stuff that maybe it has the potential to be better. Quentin Tarantino, for instance, nobody would have known who he was unless he did something weird in that industry and stood so far out to the left that he gained that much traction. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction. I mean,
like a 5-second
awesome stuff.
Now we got to deal with AI.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Terrible.
No, I mean, I think the one thing that's taken away from the music industry the last few years is everyone's gone onto a single base.
Yeah.
To where it's not about an album. It's about singles. Single.
Yeah.
Single.
Give them the album.
Let me make number one hit. You know, everyone's trying to make that number one hit. The only last band that I remember that was constantly making number one hits was 3 Days Grace. And that was when Adam left the band because he wanted to write real music. He didn't want to, you know, sit there and be a puppet. Like, he wanted to write real feelings. And he felt like all he was doing was just pumping out number one hits. And it lost the value to him because it wasn't what he, you know, wanted to do with his music career. You know, and it made him feel like it was a joke. And that's another thing that, you know, we need to have is that feeling back in the songs, that feeling back in the music, what you love to play. You know,
and bring back that love and feeling.
Yes.
Put it back the way it used to be.
Yes, 100%. The House, the Senate, the Congress, the Cabinet, put it all back the way it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yes, Hector will be joining me as backup vocals, and Storm. Don't cut yourself short there, Storm. He sings too.
I sing too, but I'm waiting on my
one of those
headset.
Britney Spears headsets.
I've got one. I'm just waiting to use it. I need my makeup person first. I need hair and wardrobe. Okay, you know that's the only way I'm going to sing.
Hair and wardrobe.
That's Megan.
Got to.
Nice.
Get to wear some of that guy liner, you know, make it all pretty, and then sound awesome, and tear your faces off with the drums. You know,
little just for men. I'll be good to go.
No, for sure.
Little beard oil.
Actually, Chuck, I want to steer this one to you just for my own personal enjoyment, being a bass guy to a bass guy. Like, tell me some of your personal bass players, man. Who are the guys that you're really into?
I mean, I grew up on like STP. So Stone Temple Pilots was a big influence for me. I mean, I wish I had the skills of Les Claypool. But I don't. I started off as a guitar player when I was 9 years old. I picked up a guitar, and then my buddy introduced me to bass, and I was like, "Hey, this is way easier." Like, not to downplay it whatsoever, but everyone enjoys my style because they say that I play the bass like a guitar. I finger pick a little bit, but for the most part, I use a pick on the bass.
Me too.
But I would have to say that Cliff Burton, I can't think of his name right now, but like the bass player from STP was amazing. Les Claypool. I mean, those are just all just gods of the craft. It's amazing.
Nice. No, absolutely, man. Yeah, I was always a big like I said before, Peter Steele guy, but and I love, you know, Queen, so of course I love everything that John brought to it. But when it came to like my own like personal stylings, for me it was I loved what Jason Newsted did with his style. I was always a big Nicky Six guy, and I mean, Dylan, you were talking about 80s glam. I grew up on like Motley and all that, so I always loved what like Nicky brought to the table as far as like a performer on stage in particular. But I was also a big Sean Isolt fan because I loved White Zombie and still love Rob Zombie to this day. So I really loved kind of like the stylings of what like Sean used to do. But also I got to give a shout out to Rachel Bolan with Skid Row because I've always been a big fan.
Yeah. Nice.
And Geddy Lee, can't forget him.
You definitely can't forget people like Geddy Lee. You definitely can't forget people like Glenn Hughes. And you also, as far as pick players go, can't forget a guy like Lemmy.
Yeah. See, it all coming back to me now.
It's all coming back to me. I remember. It's there. That's man, for sure. So guys, talk a little bit about your record label before I kick it back up to Angel. Talk a little bit about like how you got involved in them, because again, record labels have that, you know, that long-standing stigma of being a little bit pro them, a little bit anti bands. So when it came to like who you guys wanted to be represented by, what struck you as this is the place and the people we want to be with?
Well, for one, there were a lot of things that go into that, but I will tell you this: that when your entertainment lawyer looks at you and says, "Yeah, that's a pretty good deal," number one. Number two, which you should always have your lawyer check those things. Trust me on that. Number two, when they didn't want to 360 us or 80/20 us, and they we're willing to work with you, against you, I guess is the way to put it. They don't want to own you. They don't want to own your brand. They don't want to necessarily steal your music from you. I mean, all of those things are what is I at least see that is awesome about being on board with Rock Avenue Records. You know, they approached us and took care of us in a way that I thought was different than you see nowadays. And I think at least on my end, that's my 2 cents worth. That I feel like they did us right. They didn't try to own or take anything away, which is what all these other bigger labels, nothing personal, guys, but that's what you want. You want to own us, you want to take our music, you want to steal us, you want to make your millions on us while we go out there and do all the work. And I don't think that's
I
fair.
didn't see in perpetuity once on the contract, so steer clear of
They're
that.
very fair, very transparent. They're good friends.
Exactly, right?
Well, that too, good friends. You know.
Yeah, they're really good people. I mean, we met them actually that first time that we all played together in LA. And you know, we got to chat with them. They were you know, just kind of doing their own, just going out, having a good time. And you know, we got to chat with them for a little bit, and then next you know what, not even, it's like about a year later, you know,
almost to the date, a year later,
sitting there chatting about stuff and trying to figure out a game plan. So you know, it's you know, they're fair people, and that was you know, that's one thing that we really pride about is, you know, we we love that family kind of orientated value. You know, you're not a product. You're people. You're valued in more than just, hey, you know, there's revenue to be made off of you, or oh, we can do all this with you, and that, you know, it was, you're our people.
Yeah. Family.
You got to be that 6'7" member of the band.
Right. Well, the family feeling of that, I think, is exactly spot on. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm just some T-shirt you're selling on a merch booth. I want to feel like that you actually care and that you are into our music and that you want to help, and that it's more about that than we just want to steal what you got. You know, and I think that a lot of bands get washed up that river, man, and they get taken advantage of and for granted. And I think that's horrible.
We don't want to be a warm body doing a robot job.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, 100% for sure. Definitely when it comes to that. Angel, let's kick it up to you, my friend, but also fans at the time, because at this time, it is last call for alcohol, fans. Final questions, comments, anything that you want to say to 24 Thorns, go ahead, make sure that you pump them into those comments. We'll definitely get to them. But now's the time to make sure that any final questions, comments, or just curiosities that you want to get to the guys, this is the time to get them in there. Like I said, I'll make sure that we steer back around and we get everything covered. But we don't want to eat up too much of the evening of 24 Thorns, because we appreciate their generosity and rocking out with us this evening. And we want to
we love you guys.
To enjoy their night.
Shout out to you guys too. Hey, and here's something I'm going to do too. Watch as you're saying last call.
Yeah.
I'll flip this, you know, around this way and go, well, we just got some more sake bombers. Oh, there's my girl Katie. And if you're in reference to supporting mom and pop businesses and people that help us, you ever in Arizona, hit up Sushi Style. That's where we're at right now. Get some drinks, sake bombers, and some sushi.
Hell yeah.
Some of the best.
Nice.
Let us know when you're in town. We'll come with you.
Yeah, let us know when you're in town for sure. We definitely will come with you.
Yeah.
We'll get some sake bombers, some sushi, and miso soup. You know why not?
Sake bombers.
We'll have to keep that in mind for any time that we're in Arizona. Dude, Megan loves herself some sushi.
Bring it. Bring it.
Right, we all love sushi.
What you people got for us?
No, absolutely. For sure. Actually, and one more thing before I kick it to Angel. Hey, babe, come here for a second. Come down here on camera. Dude, she loves her. Dude, she loves her some Avenged Sevenfold, dude.
Yeah.
Wait.
It doesn't matter even if they did. So,
there you go.
What the hell did it say?
What the hell just happened?
One more time.
It said, She's wearing a pair of shorts. They say "Vamp Girl" on the back of it for our friends in it. But she's got her Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, well.
Oh, hell
Wow,
yeah.
nice.
That's what's up right
That
there.
is beautiful. That
Big
must have
today.
hurt.
The skull is actually Jimmy's face.
Girl, I love you. I love you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Respect to
That's what I'm
Jimmy.
talking about.
Love to
Dude, check
Jimmy.
it out, dude.
Do that.
Chuck's trying to match you over there.
Hey, he is over there. He's got
Chuck,
this.
do that again.
Wait, this whole interview just turned into a whole bunch of skin.
Don't act like you don't love it.
Hey, I never said I didn't love it. Don't quote me on that because I love all that.
Absolutely.
Hang tight. Hang tight.
Oh, he's about
Oh,
Okay,
Chuck.
there we go. Facebook.
Oh,
Oh,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Oh, yep. Nope, there's tits. We're getting canceled.
I see boobies. I see boobies.
There we
Put
go.
pasties on. Put pasties on.
Put pasties on. Nice. That's awesome. Hell
He's
yeah.
AI. I don't see a belly button.
Well, unfortunately, there you go. Well, I think this is always what manages to happen to Angel. It always seems to get incredibly out of whack before we kick it over.
Everyone, takes off their clothes. Hey, Mindy, come over here. Show them your tits.
If that but again, reminder fans, it is last call for help, so put in your questions so that we get to all of them. Angel, chuck it over to you, my guy.
There's only one way that I can top that.
No.
I got the bat
I'm
wings.
going to show you guys something much better.
Flash us,
Okay.
baby. Flash
Show
us.
us. Nice.
Oh,
That's sexy. That's
Wow.
I think you might have to put a black bar over that. We'll have,
Wow.
have to put the not safe for work
All right,
edition
that's it.
afterwards.
We're all showing tits. This is
Hey, do we get royalties for that?
Thank you.
Put your
That's really
clothes back
cool.
on. Hey, put your clothes back on, white boy. There was no weed in them brownies. This is just a Dutch bakery.
Nice. Very nice.
We just simply Dutch bakery.
Yeah, that's right. Just simply Dutch bakery. There's no weed in them brownies.
There's pint glasses. Shot glasses.
Can we smoke weed on there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Some space.
Dude, it's legal.
Space in here?
Because I have been.
Dude, Hector started off the episode rocking that, dude. We judge no one.
Well, I will tell you guys this. We have 5% left on my battery, and then, well, it's game over.
Nah, no worries, man. Absolutely. It's all good. But
Well, we could log in on your phone, but I'd have to
Yes.
get to our
Can you
chat.
talk about the crowdfunding?
Portable charger.
Sorry, Angel. Say that again, brother. You came in kind of light.
Your crowdfunding.
You have your charger with you?
Nope, my phone.
Crowdfunding page.
Crowdfunding.
You want to use this?
Yeah, unfortunately, mine's at home. I came here with 100% battery. It's down to 5%, so yeah, it chewed it up quick.
Crowdfunding page?
Our crowdfunding is on our 24thorns.com website, and that's where you can find it. And
You can find it in the link
obviously that helps us out a long way.
below.
So we appreciate anyone that's willing to help support what we do. So it's at 24thorns.com, which is nice. We've got the .com. And /crowdfunding, and that's where you'll find it. Along with our merch, we have merchandise there, and then it also gives you links to all of our social medias, which we try to keep up on. And we definitely respond to our messages, usually no later than 24 hours, but usually
You get it? 24 thorns, 24 hours, 2024. There's a lot of 24s in there.
Oh, weird. It's all coming together, isn't it?
Yeah, this is definitely our year 15-year anniversary, and I'm going to tell you right now, you guys better nail your ceilings on because we're coming.
Yeah. 24 ways to get pricked.
That's right.
That's right.
I had 24 frets to make it happen, too.
There you go. Especially with all those 7 strings all over the place.
Hey, yeah, we put strings wherever you got to put them as long as it sounds good. That's the business.
Hell yeah.
But
Absolutely.
that sounds good. That sounds real
Speaking
good.
of last call,
Yeah, totally. Since we got
Oh,
sounds like we got some phones
Yes,
going.
yes.
From yourself.
yeah, we have this battery problem. Poor Dylan, his phone died. We team up together, and now we're at 4% going, oh, hopefully we don't get a wheel of death. If we do, just know this. We appreciate you guys for putting us on.
Always.
And much love to you guys. And hey, if we end up flip side, man, we'll come say hi.
Definitely, for sure. Angel, any questions from yourself, buddy, or do we have any pending questions from the summoners?
No. it's all good, all clear.
No, absolutely. We talked about the crowdfunding and everything, but real quick, anybody who wants to spout it off, Joker, Storm, Hector, Chuck, anybody who wants to rip it off, let everybody know about your socials one more time.
So we've got 24thorns.com. That's 24thorns.com. You can go there. We have our link tree. Links you to our merch, our Spotify, or any social media that you need to find from us. It also has our bio, you know, a little bit of pictures and some little videos and stuff that if you guys want to check that out, we'd be much obliged. Give us some likes on our social media because you know that helps us. And also do the same. Go to these guys' page that are supporting us. Make sure you guys give them a like. And hit that little tab, you know, blink.
Share it with people.
And share it.
With your friends.
Share it with your friends. That's what makes this algorithm. You want to beat that algorithm that they put us in, you got to share it. You got to make it known. You got to put it out there. You got to help each other. We are stronger in numbers in this industry, man. For sure. Yeah, hit that like button. Ding,
There's
ding,
more of
ding,
us than
ding,
they
ding,
know.
ding. Oh, yeah, we're coming out this year, guns blazing, and you know it. Gloves off.
And it's Instagram, TikTok. What's that jukebox that we're working on?
We're trying to get on Touch Tunes. We get
We're trying
Touch
to get on
Tunes,
Touch
dude.
Tune. It's in every restaurant.
Hey, if those guys are listening, listen, Touch
Jukebox
Tunes, you
Hero?
better put us on.
So how it works is you have to get requests. So if you're there, you can request, and then they'll
See that? Hey, you see what Storm's saying there, guys? If you're out there in the world listening, request us. Request your favorite bands because it's what gets us put on.
And then you can request us on the radio because we've got our stuff properly recorded, properly IRC coded, and so yeah, all that stuff should really help us.
Hell yeah. That's awesome for sure, guys. Well, again, guys, we can't thank you enough for spending your evening with us and, you know, feeling that, you know, you wanted to rock out with us. And the biggest thing that's always been so important to myself and Angel is that you guys had a good time, that you enjoyed yourselves, that you felt that this was worth it. And more importantly, that you felt respected and enjoyed the questions you were asked.
150 million%.
You guys are great, dude.
Yeah, you
We
guys
love
are great. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll support you, man. We'll share it. We'll send it out.
Thank you.
And
Please
thank you
do.
for having us on.
Absolutely, guys. And
Much
you're alumni
obliged.
now, man. Anything you guys need, don't be shy. Laura and a friend requested me on Facebook, so your managers now we're Facebook friends and stuff. But between you guys, her, anything that you guys need from me and Angel, just let us know, man. We got you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, man. And we
Thank
got
you.
you. You guys
Right
ever
back
need
at
anything,
you.
you let us know for sure.
Nice to meet you,
Can't wait
guys.
to, can't
Nice
wait to
to meet
work
you,
out with
Angel.
you guys, and we'll find a way to hang out with you guys live. Angel and I we love looking into things like album release parties and stuff like that as far as hosts go.
Cool.
So keep us in mind for stuff like that, and just let us
Hell
know
yeah.
what you guys are into.
We will for sure. We will for sure.
Sounds
And the
good.
same. Hey, man, if you guys got big events coming up, you let us know and we'll see what we can do to be physically alive.
That'd be the shit.
Definitely,
That would be.
sure. Absolutely. We appreciate you guys so much. And Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting 24 Thorns, for being involved in this episode. And thank you for every episode, any watch, any view, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or anything. We appreciate everything that you guys do. Make sure that you guys are following Angel at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram, as well as his personal pages on Facebook. Psycho Steve, who we had for a second, but we kind of lost him, but no worries. Make sure that you're following him at PsychoStevePresents.com and his personal Facebook pages, or Instagram at The Real Psycho Steve. You can find me at Just a R&R Junkie on Instagram, as well as my Salem J page on Facebook and my personal page as well. But more importantly than that, make sure that you're following 24 Thorns on everything that they're doing, all of their socials, everything that they've got going on, their Spotify's and everything, to continue to get their music played. We appreciate you guys, Metal Summoners. We love you guys. Next guest announcement will be over the weekend for next week's episode. We got another double dish coming at you guys. We're really stoked about next Wednesday. We got some cool stuff going for you guys. So we'll see you guys in a week. Have a great one. Be good to each other. Support 24 Thorns and everything they're going. And myself and Angel will see you guys in a week with a guest announcement over the weekend. Again, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Hit up all of our socials, Facebook, YouTube, and theirs as well. See you guys. Have a great one. We appreciate it. Take care. As always, thank you guys
Thanks,
for
Metal
watching.
Summit. Thanks, Metal Summit. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.